the record, I hate this waterproof jacket. Turnips, anyone? According to the map, I'm in Bethnal Green. Look at that. You know, non-grey patch of sky. Oh, there we go. This is a bit more like it. Well, that's almost a sunset. I've only managed to walk 8 and a bit miles. I did go to the pub very briefly, but more of a grey horse than a white horse. Belly can is on the BCB stove. Going to try this Expedition Foods Macaroni Cheese. Quick update, it's currently raining. Wind and the rain have been quite strong actually. Morning. There we go, that was home for the night. Good morning, sun. Funny light this morning. A bit of mist has all cleared now. Now this here is East Kennet Long Barrow. It's an impressive shadow there. Hello. It is raining a bit as forecast, although the forecast said heavy rain. This feels to me like, I don't know, intermediate rain. So I'm thinking what to do next. Shall I go and sit and wait it out in the pub for a bit? Or just press on in the rain? This is Pewsey. Isn't it pretty? I remember from a previous visit. It's a nice looking pub that I think brews its own beer. Here we are, the Crown. So this, I guess, is where I join the White Horse Trail. Not sure what river that is. Stream. Very high. Whatever it is. Now crossing over the Kennet Avenue Canal. That's old brick bridge. Let's take a look down. And over there. Great. Okay, I'm going to leave this track here. We've got a glimpse of the, is that the Marlborough Downs over there? And the White Horse Trail goes off this way. Okay. Turnips, anyone? What are these, I don't know, some sort of cattle feed? Sugar beet, is it called? No, something beet. Mangel wurzels. Oh. Quite Miyazaki looking. Just wanted to check my rain cover's still on. That's my ridiculous attire. For the record, I hate this waterproof jacket. I bought it in Lewis when I showed up without checking the weather forecast once before going for a walk on the South Downs. According to the map, I'm in Bethnal Green. Quite how I remember it. Not sure if you can see that, but over there is the Giant's Grave, which I guess is some kind of barrow overlooking the tiny village of Orr. Is it? Is it Orr? Or is it something else? So once again, up there is the Giant's Grave. And I think that's where I'm leaving the White Horse Trail for now, because I'd rather go a bit more up that hill there, sort of towards Pewsey Downs, rather than over towards Marlborough Downs or whatever that is. So I'm going to head through Orr. Look at those daffodils, lovely. Now in the village of Orr. Sadly no longer has a pub. Sorry about the traffic noise. Quite a beauty though, isn't it? Wouldn't that have been lovely? Last pub before the Downs. How sad. How about that for melancholy? Water dripping on the pavement and not anymore. Very sad. Very, very. Well, it's a bit subtle, but the Mid Wilts Way follows this quiet lane. It would be nice to get on a quiet lane after those cars. I guess this is the last glimpse of civilization for a little while, leaving all on the Mid Wilts Way. And I'm going to walk up that hill apparently. Lovely. What a lovely little circle of trees. Looks to me as though it's deliberately planted. I think these are beech trees. I'm guessing because somebody's carved their initials into it, which is always a shame, but it's not so easy with other types of trees. Isn't that lovely? Not sure why it's here. Anyway, onwards up the hill. It's going to just be a few pixels on this screen, isn't it? But over there is a red kite. You can tell they're red kites because they've got yellow wings. Makes perfect sense. Got to the steep bit already. Look at that. You probably can't hear a word I'm saying because it's a bit windy now. Climbed the first hill. Up those steps there. Found a nice bench. Thank you, Arthur and Alma Shaw. It's a lovely spot. I was actually getting a bit too warm with the horrible waterproof jacket on, so just down to the tweed now. I don't know if you can see that all right, but gaiters doing pretty well, as are these Altberg, whatever their vegan boots are called. My feet are lovely and dry. Less the case from the waist up, but never mind. That can all be fixed. And I could probably do with blowing my nose as well. Anyway, here we are. I guess this is the Pewsey Downs now. Top of the ridge. Lovely. Already some quite nice ditches here. Imagine that as a camping spot with that view. Unfortunately, also this wind and this rain, kind of everything. Is it me, or are those clouds looking ever so slightly menacing? Well, on the OS map there is a footpath here. There was a sign back there that said the footpath is this side of the hedge slash fence in the neighbouring field. Even on the OS map it's the other side, but oh well, I'll follow this, see what happens. It's reassuring. Looks like I did find the footpath. Great. Okay, next onwards to West Woods. You can just about see in the distance over there. Looks like it's brightening over there. You see that, you know, non-grey patch of sky? Great. I'm now entering West Woods, which is just south of Fifield, and apparently more recently it's been decided that some of the stones from Stonehenge came from this wood rather than Fifield Down, which is slightly further north, just the other side of Fifield from here. I guess this is kind of an extension of Fifield Down. It's the sarsen stones, in particular the big stones. It's the blue stones that come from the Preseli Hills. Or at least that's the current theory. So yeah, I thought I'd take a walk through. I'm right on the edge of Westwoods here. I thought if I take a walk through the woods, see if I can find any evidence of sarsen stones. This part of Westwoods is called Barrow Copse. I don't know if you can see over there is a long barrow, or at least it's marked on the OS map as a long barrow. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. A little bit steep, slippy here because it's wet, but there we go. The long barrow copse. It looks like somebody made some sort of offering here. Is that a kind of dream catcher? Answers in the comments. That's first sarsen I've seen. The White Horse Trail goes up through that way. Should we follow that for a bit? Haven't seen a lot of sarsens yet, but what I have seen is a lot of mud. So that said, look up there, some blue sky. So I have come to the Wansdyke. Slightly indirect way with this raised bank. I don't know how well that comes out on the video. If I walk up it, get some sense of how it's different from its surroundings. There you go. Bank on this side, ditch on this side. And that muddy path there is the Wansdyke path. Mossy trees. There's a gap in the Wansdyke here. Don't know how easy that is to see. Embankment runs there and then a dip and back up where the mossy trees are. Oh, I can't remember the name of this. Honey something, sulphur something. I don't know. There we go. You have been walking the Wansdyke path. Taking a bit of a detour from the Wansdyke path. Is it Wansdyke? Apparently comes from Woden. To see if I can find a spot that megalithic.co.uk says maybe the source of the sarsen stones for Stonehenge. The nature of Westwoods is changing here a bit. I mean, these look like newer trees. The broadleaves there, whatever they are, birch. Probably an older wood. This looks like a newer plantation of these conifers. So time is ticking a bit. I am kind of thinking, how late do I want to leave it before I get on top of the hill? But it would be a shame to come to Westwood, not see any sarsen stones, or more than just a couple I've seen lying around. Let's see what we can find. Oh, I think this is pretty much the spot on the map where megalithic.co.uk pinpointed for the possible source of the sarsen stones. And from a distance I keep thinking I see stones, and then close up turn out to be tree trunks like that. So I'm not sure if I'm in the right place. Maybe I'll wander a bit further up the hill. I'm leaving Westwards now. It's about 5 o'clock, I think, a bit late in the day. Oh well, that's what happens. Feet are a bit tired, at least they're dry. The gaiters and boots doing a pretty good job. Starting to get hungry. Now I'm leaving Westwood. Me Wansdyke path. Which I guess goes down that side. I'm not sure if this actually is the Wansdyke here. I know there's a section where the dyke goes off into some private land. Well, it's all private land, but you know, land which doesn't have a footpath running through it. It looks sort of dykey here, doesn't it? Anyway, this is following the actual Wansdyke. It's quite a nice section here. These trees lining either bank. There's even a tiny bit of blue sky over there, and beyond the trees the sun's starting to set. One or two small sarsen stones littered about. Good. You can see that it's quite off in the distance, but there, just about a rainbow above that flock of sheep in the field over there, which you probably also can't quite see. Have to see a bit of evening sun over there, sort of, through the clouds. Vague white haze. Well, that's almost a sunset. A little bit early, I think. Now it's about 5:30. Sunset's due just before 6 this evening. Now walking towards Knap Hill, I think. But, reasonably warm, I guess, when it's not raining. Nice hillside around here. Oh, sorry about the horizon there. Quite tussocky underfoot, difficult to walk straight. But look, the sun, lovely. Hope I'm going the right way. I checked my phone. Somehow, despite having arrived 4 hours ago, I've only managed to walk 8 and a bit miles. I did go to the pub very briefly, but barely half an hour. So I don't know what's going on there. Very slow pace. There's only been a bit of uphill. Oh well. I think we can call that a sunset. What do you think, sheep? I'm approaching Knap Hill now. The sky's really pretty, despite all the rain earlier. Maybe it will rain again later, but for now, yeah, I mean, that looks pretty ominous over there, but for now, at least some blue sky. You can see the sun, which is lovely. I'm a bit tired now and a bit hungry, but hope I can find a place to stop fairly soon. Look at this, what a beautiful scene. It's I think Knap Hill over to the left. It's that Adam's grave, and then Milk Hill, Tan Hill off in the distance there. I think you can see some of the course of the Wansdyke over there, on the side of that hill. You have to zoom in a bit. It's Knap Hill. I've been to the top before, so I think I'll just keep walking past today because I've still got a bit of distance to cover. And as you can tell over there, it's getting dark. So I'm following whatever this path is now. This might be the White Horse Trail now. And that's going to take me to the car park for Pewsey Downs, and I'll carry on over the other side. See where I end up. The Pewsey Downs car park now, which has a couple of nice sarsen stones. I've never seen this car park empty before. Usually pretty much all times of year seems to be filled with vans. I kind of half hoped might be a few signs of life here, but never mind. Oh well, we are now following the Mid-Wilts way, apparently. Evening. Oh dear, sorry about the angle there. This is what it looks like from here. Heading up to Adam's grave over there, and this way towards Milk Hill, I suppose. And that's over the other side. Looking, I suppose, towards Avebury, but I can't quite pinpoint where that is. Maybe it's more over that way, I don't know. I think it's a bit faint, more of a grey horse than a white horse. But there's the Alton Barnes White Horse, I think that's what it is. Beyond that, Milk Hill. It looks like I've come on the wrong path. Never mind. Light's going a bit, but sorry about the angle there. Haven't quite got the knack of turning that round. Well, that's the White Horse from above. Of course, as we know with hill figures, when you're standing right on top of them, you can't see anything. It's just a bunch of chalk. I don't know if it's just the screen on the GoPro, but it's giving an artificially bright sense of what the current sort of lighting levels are. That's good. Actually feels sort of half dark already. That's okay. I think this is Milk Hill, maybe. Wind-beaten, wind-battered trees, some gorse bushes in the gloaming. Well, probably too dark to see anything. Right, so make a bit of this. That's very bad tarp setup for the night. It'll work. I've got a bivvy bag. It'll be fine, I guess. Billy can is on the BCB stove, and for dinner tonight I'm going to try this Expedition Foods macaroni cheese. Bit of a change from the Something to Eat one that I quite like. The tarp's all set up, although I don't know, a bit difficult to see that from inside. Sorry about the light there. I think I will have a glass of wine now. I think that's doing pretty well, considering it's a bit of wind up here. Well, cheers. I gave this that's pretty good. I gave this platypus wine bag thing a go. You can see that. Sorry, the lighting's awful. And pretty nice. It looks like the billy's just about boiling. Great. Oh, big close up. Cheers. Right, what do we think of the Expedition Foods Macaroni Cheese? See that? Oh, lighting absolutely terrible. I'm really sorry. Well, certainly quite macaroni-ish inside. It's a good start. Surprised that isn't particularly liquid. I thought I put in slightly too much water, but it says 250. I put in, oh, I boiled 300, so I guess it ended up 250 with a bit of evaporation-ish. Right. Sorry, terrible camera work here. Is it any good? Oh. That is pretty nice. Could probably have taken more water, I reckon. Good evening. Here I am in my tarp. Sorry about the lighting, it's completely terrible, isn't it? I've suspended the head torch from the top of the trekking pole, which is currently vying for attention for being in shot. There you go. And, it's working fairly well so far, the setup. I could probably do with one of those sit pads, I think. My bottom is a bit cold, I will say that. I'm sitting on a ground sheet. I'm not on the grass, but I can feel the cold a bit through the ground sheet. The probably won't be able to see anything there, but the bivvy bag is all set up. There's Tutankhamun in there, and yeah. When I was planning this trip, this was the bit of the evening where I thought, well, this time of year it's completely dark by 7 o'clock or thereabouts, sunset 6, so I was set up around 7. What do you do for hours and hours before it's only 9 now? It's not really a reasonable time to go to bed yet, but I needn't have worried, because actually what I've spent almost all of my time doing is looking for small things I can't quite find in my backpack. I have 2 pillows. I found one and then spent about 15 minutes looking for the other. And quick update, it's currently raining. I Don't know if you can hear that, or if you can just hear wind buffeting. But yes. It's relatively, I don't know if heavy is the right word, but committed rain, I would say. So we'll see how this the setup goes. In theory, everything is waterproofed, kind of. You probably can't see that, can you? But I've got a plastic bag on my boots. There's a rain cover. You can't see that either. A rain cover on my backpack, and of course my sleeping setup is all covered in the bivvy bag, which I will get into at some point. So you know, I'm hoping, despite sort of amateur shelter I've set up here, that I'll stay reasonably dry, but we'll see, I guess. You know, we'll see. It's about 3 AM. The wind and the rain have been quite strong, actually. Quite relentless. Now at least the tarp's staying up. I haven't slept much, so. Oh, morning. It's about 10 to 6. Still half an hour or so till sunrise, but I guess this is first light. See a bit. It's a bit difficult to light this morning. Not quite sure what the issue was there. Anyway, I am going to have some porridge, maybe a coffee. I don't normally bother with breakfast when I'm camping. Maybe just a cereal bar while I'm on the move, but it's cold. I could do with something warm. Morning. This is the tree kept me company last night. Tarp did okay. If that's just the rain sort of getting in, or if that's condensation, not really sure, but it sort of worked. It was quite a rainy and quite a windy evening, so there we go. Porridge, and something that can, if you're being generous, be called coffee. Oh, the gate is on already, look. There we go. That was home for the night. Yeah, definitely needs work on the tarp setup. Those puddles. Like I say, it worked. Kept me dry, pretty much. Didn't blow away in the wind. There was quite a lot of that. Yeah, I guess all that remains now is to get this packed up, and I'll eat my breakfast, onwards. I think I'm going to walk to Avebury this morning. Good morning, son. Here we go. Hashtag leave no trace, blah blah blah. Sun's up now. Missed the sunset while I was faffing around packing up all that wet stuff. Guess that's all part of it though. Right, onwards this way, I think. So I'm going to follow the White Horse trail now, which will take me pretty much to Avebury. Some morning mist. Looking across to those hills over there. Kind of magical. Collection of rocks here. Assume that's just natural. These sarsens, they don't really look like sarsens to me. Interesting holes in. I don't know what that's all about. Let's go over here. Funny light this morning. I like it. A bit of mist has all cleared now. There it is. You see over there, going away. What a beautiful view that is. I think I'm somewhere between Milk Hill and Tan Hill, maybe. Lovely spot. Delightfully confusing mess of signposts. We're back to the Wansdyke. There it is. I think there's a section down here where the White Horse Trail actually follows or goes inside the Wansdyke, something like that. I've got that right. Trail goes this way. Can't really do that one-handed, excuse me. Terrible camera work. And here we are on the Wansdyke. This short section here is open access land as well. Free roam. Although I think the sheep there might object. What? Sorry for the inevitable wind noise. Isn't this glorious? You can see the Wansdyke snaking off into the distance there. Tempting though it is to follow it all the way to Bristol or wherever it goes in bits. I'm going to be heading down there. Sheep don't mind. Hello ladies. Because the White Horse Trail crosses the Wansdyke. Oh, this looks slippery. This is going to be good. Good morning ladies. Did you have a good night's sleep? Good night sheep. Oh, don't mind me, just passing through. Oh, This would be a lovely spot to camp, a bit sheltered down here in the ditch. That's probably why the sheep are here though, isn't it? On we go. Really having that morning sun on my face. Go to the right. The White Horse trail here follows along the edge of a field for a while and pretty much takes me to the sanctuary. Oh look, a jacuzzi. Hot tub. And it goes quite close to East Kennet Long Barrow. You can divert from there to West Kennet Long Barrow. I guess I'll see how I feel when I get closer. I'm at a kink in the path on the White Horse trail. I don't know if you can see, about there is Silbury Hill. And slightly to the right of it, I think that's West Kennet Long Barrow, although it's not very visible from here. So up beyond there somewhere is Avebury, but I'm going to go this way for a bit, which I think is the way the path goes. And then this is a good test of a standard problem I seem to have on day 2 of a 2-day walk. With my old boots, they let the water in a bit, so long grass, day 2 my feet would get wet and then they start to rub and get blisters. I would not enjoy it at all, especially having usually not had a great night's sleep the night before, because, you know, wild camping's not exactly a 4-star hotel, is it? So the combination of the Altberg boots I got a few months ago and these gaiters, so far, fingers crossed, seem to be doing a good job of keeping my feet dry. I wish this thing had a zoom. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deer running across that field over there. I don't know if you can see it. Perhaps I'll try zooming in, reducing the resolution on this. They're all the way over there. I mean, if it's recording in 4K, you would kind of hope to be able to get a 1080p little square, rectangle from the middle of the vast array of pixels, where you can actually see those deer. Look at them prancing about, delightful. Now this here is East Kennet Long Barrow, which is the less well known of the two. It's still covered in earth, not excavated yet. I think this is East Kennet Long Barrow. There's another tumulus marked on the OS map. I think that's probably just a bump in the field back there. Yeah, this must be it. Yeah. Good. Well, that's a nicely composed scene there. There's a view through between those 2 trees to East Kennet, the church there. Lovely. Blanket of snowdrops again, probably a bit past their best now, but isn't that nice? Try and get my shadow out of the way. Lovely. taken a few layers off so I look a bit more presentable. Got rid of the horrible waterproof jacket. I don't think I'll need it now. It's a lovely sunny Saturday morning. Can't see any sign of rain anytime soon. So hopefully I'm under an hour away from Avebury. Should be just in time to catch a bus about 9:30. Take me back to Swindon. Back to Swindon. I haven't come from Swindon, but you know, take me to Swindon. Yeah. So I'll get a last little glimpse of West Kennet Avenue. Quick look at Avebury Stone Circle. And then back home to dry out all this wet kit. Does create a lot of work afterwards. Oh, thank you. Camping, doesn't it? Even if it's a relatively dry night, all your stuff somehow ends up a bit wet. So I've got that to deal with this afternoon. That'll be fun. Won't. Crossing the River Kennet here. Looking pretty today. These are the first couple of stones of West Kennet Avenue. Just by the side of the road here. But a handy tip for anyone doing this walk up from East or West Kennet. If you want to follow the avenue, there is a permissive footpath where you see that first stone, which you'd miss if you were doing it in the dark, as I have a couple of times. Because this is all open access land anyway, so it lets you get off the road a bit sooner before you get to the more substantial bit of the avenue. Quite a lot of those permissive footpaths in the Avebury area, not on the OS map because they're they're not public rights of way. I don't know what the difference is. I guess the landowner can withdraw a permissive footpath if they want, whereas a public footpath is, I don't know, it's there forever. Anyway, coming up to the rest of the West Kennet Avenue. Here we are. Sorry about the shadow. I didn't put the sun there. This is the main intact section of West Kennet Avenue. Sort of processional route. I suppose would have gone from the Sanctuary to Avebury, or from Avebury to the Sanctuary, depending on which way round. I love this. Very atmospheric at night time or in the mist, but it's also great on this lovely sunny morning. Gives you a sense of arriving in Avebury. Definitely the best way to come in. Beautiful. So a few more of the stones of West Kennet Avenue. Sorry about the shadow again. And if I walked it backwards, I'd be pointing into the sun, wouldn't I? Lighting there. This one has a sort of hunchback. far this morning. It's I don't know, maybe 5-6 miles. The bag is weighing a bit heavily, probably because I'm carrying water as well, as in the wet tarp, wet bivvy bag, wet ground sheet. Everything's a bit wet. I stay dry. I tried out the cloaker bivvy bag, I think that's what it's called, from Alton. It's their lightweight one. It's pretty good. Didn't find it too claustrophobic. I had the Hunker XL before, which is much bigger. But yeah, just about worked. I never sleep very well camping, but was probably about as good as it's going to get. That's the final stone, West Kennet Avenue, which means we're in Avebury. Just need to cross over this road here. It's a shame there's a road running right through the middle of it, but there you go. Once we get over the outer embankment here, get a lovely view of the stones. There we go. What a shame it wasn't like this for the winter solstice or the summer solstice before that. Day's very grey. I don't know if the sunrise this morning. Sorry about the wind. Still windy. I hoped coming down from the embankment there make it a bit less windy. But there you go. Drown out the tedious sound of my voice. So I'm rattling on about stones and stuff. It's an impressive shadow there. For that massive got the place all to myself again, just like the eve of the winter solstice, when strangely there was no one around, probably because it was dark and cold and grey. There was nothing to see. Right, well, I guess that's the end of the walk then. Here I am in Avebury, Pewsey to Avebury, by way of, where did we go? West Woods, some of Pewsey Downs, Milk Hill, possibly a bit of Tan Hill, some of the Wansdyke. Alright, bye.